So let's jump right in. I'm lucky enough to be one of the first people that gets to see this new business that's opening here in Siem Reap, Cambodia. And that's because my friend is the man behind it. So, Roberto, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background? Like, start with where you're from and how you ended up here. If I have questions along the way, I'll ask.
Okay, so hi everybody. I'm Roberto and I'm Italian. And I arrived in Cambodia. It was May 2024. And at that time, I was a digital nomad, like many of us. I was working with my laptop in web development. And I came here from Italy with my dog. To be honest, I was traveling many countries before, and I decided to visit Cambodia for the landscapes, for the history, the temples, but also for the sea. So, yeah. And I arrived and I said I was like just working remotely, but that something happened and now I have my business here.
There's a lot of people that didn't necessarily plan to stay here, but once they arrive, and I think I'm kind of in the same category, like I just felt like it was right for me to stay here long term. What is it like traveling with a dog?
Yeah, like it was really tough, but I never thought it was an option. I was living with her. I use the past because she died in May, in the end of May. And I was living with her since she was 2 months old. And together we traveled 8 countries. And, and so it's not easy. I cross many borders by feet because no one wants to carry me across the border with the dog. Flying was not easy, very expensive. But on a certain level, if you can allow yourself to travel with your dog, I think would be always the best options. But then, of course, it depends about how tight the bond is with your animal. And also, I could also add that it depends on the level of training of the dog, because traveling is taking the animal to a different environment. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel like an asshole now because I had a cat back home and I left him with my parents, so I'm not as dedicated as you. But it's a hassle to travel with pets. It's a lot of work, and I know people that do it, and it just adds more logistics and challenges to it. And your dog was awesome, by the way. She'll be missed. But you have another dog now.
Yeah,
You have
now I have a new puppy.
I
Yeah.
thought she was going to be in the video, but she's at home.
Yeah, she's at home.
So
She's
we can film her now.
not
Yeah.
that well trained as we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, my opinion is that cats are a completely different category. I don't see many people around the town with cats on the leash, so
Right.
yeah.
It's a different challenge.
Yeah.
So, do you want to just jump right into business that you're doing here, or do you
Yeah.
want to talk more about your background? Because you said you're in web development,
Yes.
and you just kind of stopped doing that.
Yes, I was a freelancer, front-end web developer, and I started being tired of the kind of customers I had to face with. And it's really common. And so in 2019, I was about to decide if to study web development or to become a brewer. And so in 2024, I went back on my steps. 1 year ago, I I stopped being a freelancer, and I went back to Italy to the brewery school I was interested in 2019, and I studied for 3 months in Italy, working in the morning in a brewery and studying from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. every day, and then I came back here.
I think a lot of people that don't know much about Italy might assume that it's more known for like producing wines, but beer culture is also pretty prevalent there.
It is. I come from a town on the Prosecco Hills, so I born and raised with people drinking wine around me. I think that in the region where I come from in Italy, when a small child, let's say 4 or 5 years old, is sick, they put some super alcoholics in his milk, saying that this way will heal. So yeah, but nowadays the craft brewery culture is raising. We have really, really high quality and high standards, and also good results speaking about international competitions. So, yeah, we know how to cook, we know how to make
true.
good wine.
It's
So,
Italian people get very offended when I order pineapple on a pizza.
yeah,
I know, we're not going to get into that in this conversation. That can be another podcast that we do. But you're right that like the microbrewery thing is really taking off.
yes,
Like in the U.S., especially where I'm from, there's microbreweries all over the place, almost too many.
yeah,
But here in Siem Reap, there's not much of that. So I think
no,
you have a good business idea, and
yes.
you need to bring more of a quality beer culture to Cambodia because they produce their own beer here. It's just cheap lagers or whatever.
Yes.
I'm not a beer connoisseur. You obviously know a lot more about it than I do. So what was your inspiration to open that business here? Because you said back in 2019, you were saying I could go a web developer path or I could go a brewmaster path.
Yeah,
And then here we are, it's 2025 now, so 6 years later.
yeah.
You were looking for a city to open this business or things just kind of fell into place?
So it's a nice question that somehow makes me emotional. Because seems to be a random choice, but it's not. So my first answer would be the fruits, because the first time I taste fruit in Cambodia, for me was like opening a Pandora box.
Like which one specifically?
Jackfruit was one of the
like that one.
first fruit I tried, and then guava, and then all their like less known fruits like sapodilla, rambutan, the mango dates. Here, mango, like raise, grow. Sorry, here mango grow randomly, and in the country you can just collect mango from a tree.
I'm sure in Italy you have mango, but it's a lot more expensive.
It's expensive.
Here it's
and
so accessible and affordable.
most of the time is not. They collect when it's not ripe, and then they ship to Europe. And in the wild, they find the way to let it ripe during the shipment, so the taste is different. And so I have like a wide range of taste where I can take inspiration. The concept behind the brewery is to valorize the place where I am. So, like in the first batch, I have 3 beers on 5 that contains Cambodian ingredients, and this is the direction I would like to take. So this is one.
Once we're done with our sit down portion, we'll actually go look at some of the beers
Yeah.
you have and the menu
Yeah.
for food
Yeah.
because you're gonna have food also,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole tour.
Like here, I'm offering vegan and vegetarian cuisine, but with some, let's say, weird stuff. I learned fermentation even before becoming a brewmaster, and so we have a few dishes that are fermented foods, like fermented French fries, and some other things that I will show you later. And yes, so also just adding something to the previous answer, I'd say that here the cost of living is low, and it's a fact. I feel good. The moment I arrived in this town, my intention was to stay here 3 weeks, and then I stayed longer and longer and longer. And just after being sure that I was in the right place, I decided to open the business here. And it's something that happened quite naturally, but many small reasons added something to my vision. So yeah.
So you had mentioned that Italians are so well known for their foods, right? Their food culture.
Yes.
Um, what made you decide to go kind of a vegan vegetarian route for yourself personally?
First of all, even in Italian cuisine, there are many dishes that are vegan and vegetarian by default. Um, just being clear, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I am flexitarian, means I try to reduce as much as possible the amount of animal proteins that I'm eating. Uh, but like, I just feel better, and it's a choice. Before I was a fisherman, uh, like I was fishing in fishing competitions. So there was probably also a cruel part of me, and then life brings you in other places and other way of being. It's common. I'm 39, so I need to take care also about my body.
That's good. So you're 39. How many languages do you speak? Just for a fun fact.
So Italian, English, and I'm start learning Cambodian, but it's pretty hard even because now I don't have so much free time. And I studied a little bit of German for 3 years, and I can understand Spanish, but that's a default for an Italian.
Should we jump into the brewery tour?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. We'll put a pause on this and we'll move around a little bit.
Here we are. So this is the brew house, and like one of the hard things was to let the fermenters arrive here on the third floor. And I say arrive because we lifted with a truck from the street, and then we had to cut a fence and to let the fermenters enter horizontally inside the rooms. But yeah, now we're here, and I hope won't be moved for a while. So this is a classical um, English style brew house. We have two vessels. Each of them is 240 liters. And this is where I do the mash and I filter the beer. And this is where I boil and I add the hops. Then I have a reverse osmosis filter. Like the water analysis arrived 10 days ago, and the quality after the filter of the water is pretty good. No, I'd say more than pretty good. And I'm very happy with that. And then we have the fermenters. At the moment, you see everything turned off because I'm waiting for uh, an upgrade, speaking about the electrical supply. So here I need 63 ampere and I have just 32 at the moment. So I'm waiting for that. Here, anyway, I already have all the ingredients, all the malts, and the rice that I bought in the country. I have a beer that is a golden ale with Cambodian rice, and so I bought some rice. I need to cook, and then the rice, and then I will add to the beer the day I'm brewing, and here like the giants, the 400 liters fermenters, and this is the glycol tank. So where is stored all the cold water then that after cools down the fermenters. And here's the chiller. And like here we have a space that will be the space where me and the brewing staff will like take our rest and maybe enjoy a beer, watching the landscape and restoring after a hard day of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weather today in Siem Reap is quite good. It's fresh and windy. So yeah, let's go back.
Yeah, let's go check out the.
And so here we are at the ground floor, and is the heart of uh, Amara, which is the name of the place, and Amara Beer Lab is the name that I chose for the brand, for the brewery. And you know, Sean, one of the like somehow hard things about Cambodia is that uh, it's a poor country. It's a fact. So also speaking uh, about sourcing ingredients, logistics, it's it's a little bit hard if you come with the mentality that you will find everything as if you were ordering on Amazon.com. Uh, but this is also one of the qualities of this country, because speaking about Siem Reap, probably Phnom Penh is different. Uh, I like that you find everything that you need, but nothing more than that. And this is very good. Drives like the expert community that is living here to focus on different aspects of the life, which is not maybe going to the shopping mall or doing crazy thing until late night. And yeah, this is one of the reasons, speaking about why I decided to stop here, that led me decide for Siem Reap. It's a nice space, and you have to work hard. I build my counter, I build the whiteboard, and the drafts. I make my spice rum. So, you know, like I painted the walls. You need to do things like by yourself, but the outcome most of the time in life is good. So, yeah.
What's the name Amara? Where does that come from?
It's a double meaning name. So in Italian means bitter. And speaking about the beers, the flavor of the hops in the beer, but also got a meaning way more deep in local language. So in Khmer there is this word Amara, which belongs to the ancient Sanskrit words that Khmer language inherited from a far past, and means eternal, long-lasting, in a way that time won't affect how it is. And nowadays is also used as a name for a girl. So yeah, I thought that this double meaning of the name was nice, and yeah. So yeah, living in Cambodia, as I was saying, is tough. Also, there is a big difference when you're not a tourist anymore, but somehow is as in life, when you stop, when you really start going deep into something, it requires more effort, but it is a complete experience. And I never supposed to stop here. I am more Northern Europe countries oriented as a person, also speaking about personal taste on music, culture, and I feel that I'm a Viking inside, so I never supposed to stop in a tropical country. But the nature and the history of the country, it's I think it's a World Heritage, and I'm not the one who is saying this. It's we're recognized as World Heritage.
Yes, of course. I think
So
everyone knows a little bit about some of the tourist attractions, which obviously
Yeah.
have deep-rooted history, and they're very famous for people to drop in and see it, and then they leave the country right away.
Yeah.
But for people like us that stay here longer, we start to get more of the, I don't know what you call it, some kind of feeling about living here, about how strong the culture is and things like that.
yes, and also there is a very, very strong feeling that I experience when I speak and spend time with Cambodians, which is they're proud. And somehow I think also that this proud comes also from a place that we can say that is a less known country compared to Vietnam and Thailand. And also nowadays, there are frictions, not friction, there are like fights at the border with Thailand. And so it's somehow has always been surrounded by luckier countries, but the real roots of the cultures, I'd say, of the whole Southeast Asia are here. The Khmer Empire, everything was Khmer Empire. Then for sure there has been different dynasties in
It's literally centrally
Thailand.
located between like Thailand and Vietnam, so of
Yeah.
course they're going to share a lot of cultural values and histories.
Yeah. So, and this you can, I think, is something that is recognizable even when you see a farmer working with his water buffalo, that here they call cupre, that you can see when you see a young boy working in his place, or even in a person that is mining to you. There is an energy behind that is the same energy I see in the red soil and in the dark green forests.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I like that. You're a poet.
No, it's
Philosopher.
like why I chose to live here.
I'm kind of like you, where I didn't necessarily plan to. I've always been attracted to Southeast Asia or East Asia in general. And I spent time in Europe. I love Europe.
Yeah.
I spent back and forth a couple of years there, and I want to go back. Sort of like you, I don't necessarily want to stop moving,
Yeah.
but I want to have a place to call home or a home base. In an ideal world, I could live like 6 months in Europe and 6 months here. That gets harder balancing like relationships and job opportunities and things like that.
Could be.
But I didn't necessarily plan to live in Siem Reap. I was just traveling around Southeast Asia with my parents at the time, and it happened that our group tour that we were doing, our private tour, my group of traveling with my parents, ended here in Siem Reap, and I didn't see any reason to leave. I just said, I feel comfortable enough to stay.
Yeah.
It was instantaneous. Like, once I arrived here, the city had a good vibe, because it's not too big, not too small, a lot of variety.
Not noisy, not crowded.
Yeah, I like smaller towns.
Yeah.
And after living here for, how long have you lived here? We should have
1 year and a
touched on
half
that.
now.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
And I've been here for about half as much time as you, because I got here in January. It's August now.
Yeah.
So I've been here about 8 months, and it starts to feel almost a little bit too small sometimes, but I still like that. That there's not any bad traffic. You can see your friends all over, whether you want to or not. You always run into people in the city.
Yes.
It's a fun vibe.
And not just, before you mentioned that is centered in the Southeast Asia, which in terms of tourism, it's, like you can fly from here and in 5 hours you're in 5 or 7. You're gonna go to Japan soon, right?
Yeah.
So it's 5 or 7 hours.
I think it's more like 7 hours.
7 hours.
But
So,
they just opened a new airport, didn't
Yeah.
they, near Phnom Penh? So
Yeah.
there's the amount of flights for people like us that still like to travel. It's not like we're stuck here.
yeah,
We have an
so
airport in Siem Reap. There's airports in Phnom
7 hours Japan and probably last Korea, and then you have Vietnam and Thailand 1 hour by flight.
Yeah.
You have Nepal, which is not far, China, Philippines.
Going
So
to Sri Lanka in November.
also, I have a friend that just arrived there now.
It's a good location, like a hub for travelers.
Yeah, India
Yeah.
So-
I haven't done India yet.
is, like living in Germany, in Europe, and having nice place to visit all around you.
Yeah. Well, do you miss Italy? Quite a bit. Italy's a hell of a country, man. It's a cool place. So much variety.
I miss going in the forest collecting collecting mushrooms, and I miss. There are some nice villages, even in my area, stone houses, and I miss that. But it's not too hard feeling, and
Good.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Let's wrap it up. So, Roberto, when is your business opening?
So
Mid-September or something?
I'd say yes. The end of September, you can come here and drink a beer.
Yeah. So for my international audience, it gives them one more reason to come to Siem Reap.
Yeah.
But for anyone that's local, I'm sure they're going to be really excited when you have your grand opening party.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be packed.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's not just a brewery; it's a co-working space.
Yes.
So I can bring my laptop here, have a coffee.
Yes.
And actually, I should mention this: you have kombucha too.
Yes, we're brewing kombucha.
Because I'm not like a huge beer drinker.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
it's nice to have an alternative sometimes.
Yeah, we decided to have a craft alternative to our beer, which more or less were having the same quality. So we're brewing our own kombucha, and we will can also our own kombucha. So you will find probably the cans around the
Yeah,
town.
and you've got a van outside for
Yeah.
promoting and selling stuff too.
The beer bus.
Okay. Remind me to get a picture of that too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's it.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah. And now let's go to eat something.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I hope there weren't any technical issues because I'm learning a new video editing app, still trying to learn the features. I'm still trying to get the microphones dialed in for best audio quality, so bear with me while I figure all that out. We had filmed a little bit more. I was talking to Roberto about some of his food and drink options, but I want to keep the video at more manageable length, so I decided to trim that out. But if you're curious about what food and drink are offered, and you're in Siem Reap, go check out his business. They're not open yet, but they should be open mid-September. So if you're in Siem Reap, Cambodia, go check it out. If you're not a local here and you like my content, stand by for more interview-style stuff. And I'm also going to be traveling to Japan soon, so I'll do some vlogs for that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.